Hey everyone, Cable the Antique Book Collective, and today I'm getting to you guys with a fun little update video. I've mentioned it a couple times in a couple other videos, but guys, it's about the race to the bottom on Amazon. And guys, if you've been selling online for any amount of time, you know that Amazon has big race to the bottom issues, but let's face it, every single place online has those same issues. And guys, I wanted to address something that may mean that the race to the bottom could be over, but not necessarily no one's going to do it anymore. People are going to still keep doing it, but potentially we might have a new floor for the actual bottom of the things that we're selling, which is fan-sticking-tastic. So guys, what am I addressing with this? Well, what I'm addressing is something you might not put together immediately for us resellers, and that's Amazon printing their own books and raising their prices there. I know some of you guys might think, oh, that's a little extraneous, it's not quite related, but guys, it really is related because, let's face it, if Amazon's raising their prices for their brand new books, that means people are spending a little bit more for those books. If people spend a little bit more buying those books, then that means that when they sell them or give them away or whatever, people are expecting to have to spend a little bit more for all these different books. Because if Amazon's raising their prices, a lot of people are also raising their prices that are other sorts of printers. In fact, I have seen quite a few different printers raising their prices because for me, I read a lot of books and I also write my own books and publish my own books, so I am a little plugged into that entire side of the industry. And as such, I've seen a lot of people being like, oh, we're raising our prices here, we're actually closing down this business here due to price hikes, all that sort of stuff. And when that happens, the amount of competition goes up, the amount of supply goes down, and if you guys know anything about economics, if you know anything about capitalism, you have supply and demand. When there is more money chasing fewer goods, that means that prices for those remaining goods goes up. So guys, that is something that I personally see and something I personally expect as we go on to the next couple of years. I expect the average price of things that we see to increase. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to see 7 million% increases and it's going to be amazing because let's face it, guys, that's probably not going to happen. There's a lot of books already kicking around in the world, so maybe we'll see that more for the very new books, like the books printed as of June 20th and after, because June 20th is the cutoff that Amazon did for the price hikes. So potentially we will see, like, as of around then and afterwards, potentially the prices will go up for all of the used books from then afterwards. That is something I would personally expect. For me, in my own personal book writing and book publishing career, I actually rate I'm about to raise my prices. I'm raising them slowly but surely on some of the books that I have. It's interesting because for me, the books that I have and I publish, I have some that are like rock bottom prices. So initially I was making like 39 cents or something like that, and then since Amazon raised their prices, I'm basically making not even 9 cents each book. I think some books I'm not even making anything for some of them. So that is something for you guys to keep in mind is, okay, so for me, I'm used to selling some of my books for rock bottom prices for their print versions, just because I wanted to sort of get my foot in the door with print books. Because guys, if you are writing your own books, just know print books, the competition is absolutely insane. Ebooks you can get in and usually do pretty well as an independent author, but if you are trying to get into the print book market, it's a lot harder, unless of course if you're in very print dominated genres. Those genres, guys, this is a little hack I guess for those of you that want to write your own books. Nonfiction, people buy a whole lot of books in nonfiction that are paperback. The proportion of fiction books to paperback books, to fiction books, that are bought in paperback format, you have a lot more nonfiction books bought in that format. Bible studies do very well in that. Obviously, coloring books and notebooks that have to be paperback do a whole lot better. But interestingly enough, children's books. Now, I'm not talking like middle school books that are like chapter books. Not necessarily saying that those are the ones that you see doing a whole lot of paperback sales, because there are a lot of those that are sold in ebook format, but children's books is in like picture books that you actually have, and it's like the book board ones that are like this big and you open them up and they're like this big. That sort of children's books, those are the ones that you sell a whole lot in print format, be it paperback or hardcover. So that's something for you guys to keep in mind. So with that said, though, back to the main subject of this video, because the prices have been going up, because people like even me who wanted to be at the bottom of the market, we have to raise our prices, because let's face it, I didn't write books to make 9 cents on a book. That's not really going to get me anywhere anytime soon. So I like to get at least 30 cents for a lot of these books for that particular series. The reason why, if you guys really are wondering, the reason why I want the as small of a profit as that is for those books is because those books are actually a lot shorter. They are about yay thick, which you might not think is actually a book, but that's a little over 10,000 words. It's between 10 and 20,000 words for that series that I write. I actually have a whole lot of success with that. Obviously, I'm not a millionaire on it just yet, but I actually am making some pretty good money. Of course, I'm not making as much money on my author career just yet. I actually am starting to get some good momentum going, but I'm not making as much money on my author career as I am on my actual antique books, because let's face it, guys, the amount of money I make on my authoring, like an entire month of sales is the equivalent to like one good sale that I get for just my antique book business. So obviously I'm not banking on that to make me all the money in the world, but it is something that's nice because it gets me a nice residual income. It's a nice passive income thing. It takes a load and a half of work up front, let me tell you. Whew. But it is definitely something that I derive enjoyment from. It's one of those hobby businesses that I have going on, just like this entire antique book thing is a hobby business for me as well. It's just something I really enjoy, and the fact I make money from it just makes it even better. It makes it so I can actually afford to continue doing it, that sort of stuff. But back to, again, the original intent of this video. The race to the bottom could very well be over to an extent. Instead of having books selling that are brand new and you have someone selling a used copy of a book that brand new sells for 15 bucks, someone else is selling it used for $5, you know, or something like that. Potentially with the raise in Amazon prices, that book that used to be 15 bucks to buy new might be 16 bucks now, and potentially instead of being $5 on the low end of being used, it could potentially be $5.50. And I know $5.50 doesn't sound too amazing. I know that, wait, they raised $1 on that side. Why am I not getting $1 on this side? I'm just throwing out numbers. I personally expect that you won't see a dollar for dollar increase. I expect, like, if you have a dollar increase here, you might see a 5 or 10% increase on the low end for the used things. That's just personally what I'm sort of expecting. Of course, I haven't done millions of hours of research into this. This is just something that I've sort of personally seen in my years of doing this, in my years of studying different numbers, studying the price changes on new books compared to used books, all that sort of stuff. If you guys want to see, if you are Amazon sellers, if you want to see something really helpful, I highly recommend the Keepa plugin for Google. It's very, very helpful, guys. So it's one of those Google plugins. You got to go to the top right hand corner. It's got a little puzzle icon. You hit that, you go to the Google plugin store or whatever that is, and just type in Keepa, Keepa, Keepa. It's very nice. It's an extension onto Amazon, and it actually gives you a chart of the different prices that things have sold at. Back in the day, way back in my day, if you know what I mean, I'm an old man, they actually had it so you could actually see the sales rank of all the different things that were selling for every individual item. It was incredible. It was so nice, and whenever it spiked, that was a sale happening. It was very nice, so you could be like, okay, so this book, its sales rank is this, and because it spiked this many times in this month, that shows that there were at least this many sales. It's very nice. I really enjoyed that. They actually put that behind a paywall. It is still an option. I don't personally pay for it, so I'm a cheapskate, and I'm not selling on Amazon anymore, so it doesn't really matter for me on that side of things. But I do still address that thing every now and then because it is beneficial for me in my author business, and I'm just a curious person. I like keeping track of stuff, so that's something I very much enjoyed. So if you guys are into the entire Amazon reselling business, I highly recommend getting the Keep a Chart thing. It's so incredibly helpful. I'm not sponsored by it. I'm not sponsored by very many things whatsoever, except for myself right now. But that is something that I hope is beneficial for you guys. And mentioning sponsorships right now, guys. So I'm recording this on the 28th of June right now. I'm hoping I might actually drop this tomorrow, Thursday, because I want to sort of get this one out a little earlier because I've been meaning to drop this. But guys, I wanted to say really quick that I actually just got YouTube monetization unlocked, so thank you guys so much for that. Of course, it's just like the first tier of monetization, so I don't have all the fancy things just yet, but long term, I definitely hope to have all that happening. So thank you guys so far for getting me to this point. It's been quite the journey. I've been doing this for a year and a half now, making these videos. I think it's crazy to think, but I have over 200 videos out on my channel right now. I want to say I'm close to like 250 plus all the shorts that I've made, and I'm hoping to guys to make a whole lot more short videos. I'm going to be making a lot more other videos as well. I mean, I've been doing this, as I said, for a year and a half, and I still haven't addressed even half of the video ideas that I actually wrote down at the very beginning. And in fact, guys, I have laid out right here beside me. Excuse the noise. I got wires everywhere for recording, but I actually have a pile right here, guys, of sticky note ideas for all the different videos that I want to do. I mean, it's actually sort of crazy, and it's sort of it's a little annoying to go through every now and then. And it's like, I need to organize this, but at the end of the day, it's sort of fun just to look at these things and be like, okay, so I've hit that and that and that and that. Wow, that's really cool. Oh, wow, I've come so far and all that sort of stuff. So obviously, guys, I'm going to be making the videos for this channel for a hot minute longer, probably at least a year and a half, just to get over all the things that I already got written down. But there are just so many things that I want to thank you guys for, and the YouTube monetization that I unlocked, guys, some of those are memberships for YouTube. So I'm not going to have like these amazing membership perks. I'm just saying this right off the bat. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, for 5 cents a year you can get me for 7 hours of the day. I'm not going to do one of those things because I do have other things going on. But I am going to be releasing a lot of additional content, polls, all that sort of stuff. And of course, guys, I have stickers available that you guys will be able to get for the 99-cent a month tier. Lots of different things like that. I recommend checking out my channel monetization thing. It should be down below. You can hit the join icon. You guys can check out what you want there. One of the things that I did not want to do for my YouTube channel, but I'm going to do because I sort of want to be like, thank you guys, because you guys have made this possible, and also because you guys, so many of you have asked this. I actually do have, for one of the monetization tiers for membership, I actually did have it, so I will link my eBay store name and the link to it. So if you guys do want to see that one, that is on one of the membership tiers. I hope if you guys really want to know my channel, well, my store name, it is there. I know that I don't have 1,000,005 sales on the store. I'm sure I've sort of made that evident in other videos. So I'm not a millionaire just yet on that channel. Oh, sorry, on that store, but I have been getting a good amount of sales. It's not all the sales I've ever done, obviously. When I was doing Amazon, I think I had tens of thousands of sales, so the minute number of sales that I have on that thing is sort of pathetic and funny, but at the same time it represents tens of thousands of dollars of sales still, and that's just because eBay, guys, the amount of books that I can sell that are just such high-ticket items is so high on eBay. So that's personally why I recommend for my business, and on the YouTube channel I recommend the antique books, but I do know that a lot of us do sell on Amazon. I know a lot of us do FBM and FBA, so fulfilled by merchant or fulfilled by Amazon, so all that sort of stuff. But once again, cycling back to the actual intent for this video, sorry for all the tangents. I do expect, once again, I'm reiterating it, sorry, I do expect a lot of prices. I do expect the race to the bottom, quote unquote, to sort of see a little bit of a hiccup in the months and years to come. So guys, potentially, I don't think that we will see things that are like world-changing and mind-boggling right now, but I do see a good potential future for us, especially with the recession coming on, as a lot of people are saying. Some people are like, oh, we're already in one. Some people are like, it's going to be the worst depression that ever existed, all that sort of stuff. Personally, I don't believe it's going to be the worst one ever, because there's been some pretty bad things in world history. I can't remember the exact year, but I want to say there was in like the year 56 or something like that. I can't remember, but in the last 2,000 years, there was actually a year with like tons of people died, and it was absolutely horrendous, and the sun was blotted out from volcanic eruptions. It was absolutely terrible, and obviously that probably was a little bit worse than whatever depression or recession we're getting into. So there's always a worse thing that could happen, and in the words of Qui-Gon Jinn from Star Wars, there's always a bigger fish. But personally, I do expect a lot of things happening on the Amazon side of business. And again, I'm not doing Amazon right now, but it is something I do keep track of. It is something that I keep watching. And with the recession, I know I just mentioned that, with the recession or whatever it is coming down, I expect a lot of resellers to lose their businesses. And if they lose their businesses, let's just think a little bit higher level right now, guys. So if someone's losing their business, that means they're not making a lot of money. What business model can we all think of off the top of our head that wouldn't be making a lot of money on Amazon reselling? Probably the people that race to the bottom. Probably the people that are making 2 cents a book or losing 5 cents a book. Probably those people that are at the bottom right now. They probably aren't going to make it through a recession. Of course, you have the Goodwills and the thrift books and all those sort of ones that get their things for basically free, so they basically are going to be around forever. But there are a lot of different resellers out there that are selling their books for the 25-cent gains, and if the recession does hit, those people, they might see a decrease in sales. And if you see a decrease in sales and you already aren't getting a whole lot of money per book, you have a lot more books sitting a lot longer, you have those insane FBA fees for long storage fees. I see a lot of those people potentially failing in the years to come. So that is something that I would personally be keeping an eye out if I'm in that side of the business. It could definitely help you guys raise the average bottom for your prices, at least as we go through the recession, once we get back out of it and people start getting a little excited and getting businesses going that they don't know anything about, potentially you will see a lot of those people come back or new people come in and do the race to the bottom once more. But that is another thing that I sort of am expecting in the time to come. So with that said and done though, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to check out one of my other videos and be sure to check out the new membership tiers if they are approved by YouTube just yet. So with that said and done though, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.